Hey, this is Redban, and you are listening to the Death Squad Podcast Network, coming to you live from the Ice House Comedy Club in Pasadena, California. I put together a couple comedy shows a week usually here, so go to their website, icehousecomedy.com, and search for Death Squad. That way you can see a live show that with all the Death Squad comics and people that you know. We do it once or twice a week. This podcast and all the podcasts of Death Squad can also be found on iTunes. Search the iTunes store for Death Squad or go to our website, deathsquad.tv, and click on the subscribe link. I pay for this whole thing out of my own pocket, so if you can help me out, click on the donation link for more information. Or if you're doing holiday shopping, please check out Doug.com. That's DUGGED.com. That just opens up Amazon. So if you want to shop at Amazon, go to Doug instead. But that way, anytime you spend $1, we get a couple pennies. So if you do your Christmas shopping on there, you're helping Death Squad without even realizing it. And it doesn't cost any extra money. You get the exact same Amazon as normal. It's pretty cool. So check out Doug.com, DUGGED.com. And now, here's your mom's house.
What? Yeah.
What up? What could be better, man?
Nothing.
Rest in peace, Tupac. Rest in peace, MC Breed. Did you know he was dead too?
No, I never even heard of him. So I'm doing all right.
It's been about 15
And
years.
I'm still getting over Tupac, but whatever.
Yeah, right. This is a
Somebody
jam,
in a Subway. I lived in Baltimore when Tupac died.
Yeah.
And I was in a Subway Subs with like full on bulletproof glass.
Yeah.
And the whole thing, like you put your money in a circular thing and turn it around.
Yeah.
Like shitty
to
Subway.
Get a Subway.
And somebody comes up to me and my friend, they're like,
fucking shitty neighborhood.
I know. It's Baltimore. That's Ryan's favorite city, by the way. And somebody come up to me like, Tupac R.I.P. And we're like, what are you talking about? Tupac just died. And we're like,
What?
huh? Hey, could you hold the mayonnaise?
Jesus Christ,
I mean,
man.
that's funny. That's Baltimore for you. I think it's kind of because like he's from Baltimore. But
Originally?
yeah.
Pac is?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. But it's just weird that a stranger would come up to me and tell me that.
There's so many layers of the story that I love.
Yeah.
But is Tupac's really from Baltimore?
He's from Baltimore.
I thought he was from Oakland.
Nah, that's where he hooked up with Digital Underground, I think.
Was on the West Coast.
Yeah.
But he's from the East Coast?
This is all based on a VH1 Behind the Music I saw once.
Okay. I know that. All right, first of all, I do this wrong every week. Let's welcome everybody to the show.
Oh, right.
Good afternoon, little mommies. That's Redban. I'm Tom Segura. With us is the Dapper Don. Very well
The new and
dressed.
improved.
Full charge, Matt Fulchiron.
Yeah.
If you're wondering, Christina could not be with us today. She is obligated to do something else. She's shooting something fun.
Yeah.
And so she couldn't be here.
She
but
said she was having a good time.
we have a great replacement in the great, very funny Matt Fulchiron.
What up,
Thanks for joining us.
America?
Let's go back to this story that I'm fucking in love with already.
Uh-huh.
So, at the time, are you living in Baltimore?
I'm living in Baltimore in Charles Village.
Which, by the way, for those of you that don't know, I've been there twice. Once was sort of passing through when I lived in College Park.
Yeah.
I went to Baltimore, I went to D.C., and I would, just kind of like, oh, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then I went back this summer with our good friend Ryan Sickler to work the Baltimore Comedy Factory. He, and he's from there, and
He loves Baltimore a lot.
He really loves Baltimore,
A
man.
lot.
And we would drive through these awful neighborhoods where they were all saying rest in peace to somebody.
What's the easiest job in the world? The set decorator on The Wire.
Right.
Because this shit is ghetto.
That shit's so
through
rough.
and through.
And that's the thing is that we would talk about how rough it is, and then the very next sentence Ryan would go,
I
fucking love this city, man.
Yeah.
I love it here.
No, he can't love it that much though because he doesn't live there anymore.
Right, but he's still just I just fucking love this city.
So I was still in college, but I was living downtown for no fucking reason whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
I went to school in the suburbs and lived in the city. I wanted to fucking live in the city and go skateboarding and whatnot. 3 blocks over was Johns Hopkins University. Very kind of nice part of town.
But not the hospital. The hospital is not in a nice part of town.
No. This is the school, and then 2 blocks over is a place called Greenmont, Greenmont, and that shit was so fucking rough. And I used to go to this grocery store when I first went there, and they're like, "Yo, I'll pay for you. People would just come up to me every single time and be like, I'll pay for your food with my food stamps, and then you give me cash.
Really?
No matter what. I did it once because I felt like really white and guilty.
And threatened.
And then after that, I was like, I stopped going there because like it's too much.
Yeah.
And like I didn't even think about like why they were doing it back
so
then
threatening.
either.
Yeah, that's so.
But it's like they're going right to buy drugs and shit.
Yeah, of course. But also, you kind of feel like, what if I like? In my mind, I'd be like, if I do say no, what if they don't like that I say no? And then they're like, well, now you're not going to get your food or that money.
Yeah, one time, this reminds me, one time I was on the subway in New York when I was like 20, and like, I was like fucking scared in New York City.
Yeah.
And like, I bought some clove cigarettes because you couldn't get them in Maryland.
Yeah.
For a fucking reason. They're fucking awful.
They're terrible. So
I had some matches on me, and these roughneck dudes were in there, and one of them puts a cigarette in his mouth. This is in the subway.
Yeah.
And he goes, an actual subway, not a subway restaurant.
Yeah.
And he goes, right. All my stories take place in some sort of subway. And he's like, Tupac died? And I'm like, no, again? Yeah. But he's like, yo, you got a light? And I'm like, yeah, I got a light. And then his other friend goes, you can't smoke in here, man. And he's like, no, man. He's like, don't give him that light. He's like, give me that light. Don't give him that light. Give me that light. So I'm like, fucked either way, because two dudes want to kill me no matter what I do. And then it just kind of died down. Yeah. And then I just threw the matches on the ground.
You did?
Like a gangster.
You guys. Y'all worked this shit out.
Jesus, man.
Yeah. And my friend told the story like I was a fucking moron.
Yeah.
But like the truth is, first of all, it's smoker's code.
Yeah.
Second of all, what's a great way to make friends with these strangers?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were going to argue over it. I still feel like I did the right thing.
I think you did too. Did you ever feel really threatened in like Baltimore or New York? But did somebody ever like
in Baltimore, ignorance was bliss.
Yeah.
I was young and I would skate around on my skateboard at night
through
at like 2 or 3 in the morning through
yeah.
shitty neighborhoods, and I didn't think twice about anything.
When I was there in July. I stayed at a hotel that was on like a decent block. But the thing about Baltimore that a lot of people don't understand is that most major cities, every major city has bad neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And what happens is usually it's bad. It's, good neighborhood up to here. Then they say, watch yourself over here. And then it's like, but once you cross that street or that bridge or whatever, they're like, that's the bad neighbor. Like, stay out of that area.
Right.
The way Baltimore is laid out, at least from what I took from being in there for a week, was that there's bad neighborhoods every other block.
The safe part of Baltimore is D.C.
Right. It's pretty like it would literally be like, they're like, no, you're cool here.
Right.
And then the next street over, they're like, that's a project. It's pretty rough. And you'd be like, okay, so stay out of it. Oh, no. If you go to the next street, it's cool. Those are cool. That's a cool street right after it.
Yeah.
But then 2 streets over from that, that's also a really, and you're like, what the fuck? Like every other street is like, watch yourself.
And you're never safe either because like the really nice tourist areas.
Yeah.
It's just like people go hunting.
Yeah.
They just go pickpocketing and fucking scamming.
And Johns Hopkins, that's the crazy thing. Johns Hopkins hospital.
You get stabbed on the sidewalk and then they put you right in the hospital.
It's one of the best hospitals in the world, if not, definitely in the country. But the neighborhood that you would if you had to walk, you'd have to walk up to get to the hospital is one of the roughest in the city.
Yeah, man.
So I had family that was in the hospital there, and I had somebody, a guy who drove me to do radio. And then I was like, he's like, what are you going to do today? And I was like, well, I'm going to go visit. I have a family member at Johns Hopkins. So I'm going to go back, get something to eat, and go over there. And he's like, how you going over there? And I was like, they said it's like 5 blocks away. He goes, you can't walk through there. And I was like, really? He goes, you're white. He was a black guy.
Yeah.
He goes, you're white. And I was like, is that bad? And he was like, oh, man, I don't walk through that neighborhood. And I was like, why don't you just drop me off there then? He was like, that's probably best for you. And I was like, okay. So he dropped me off there. And I was like, yeah, this is a pretty dicey neighborhood, man.
My brother used to go there. My mom and my brother used to go there because my brother had like issues with his eyes, and they had specialists there.
Yeah.
And so when we were visiting, I was on the Tosh tour last year. My girlfriend was with me, and my parents came out to see me because they're from Maryland. They don't live close to Baltimore, 2 hours away. My mom's like, "Hey, let's go down to Lexington Market. That's where we used to go when my my kid, my brother."
About this shit, yeah.
Yeah, and we just went down there and like, we just ain't racist, folks.
Yeah.
But we do get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So nobody said anything. We just banged a U-turn after a while.
Yeah.
Because it just got so deep, and we didn't want to buy any DVDs from anybody.
By the way,
And my dad is just like, my dad's country folk. He's
Yeah.
like, nope.
Yeah. The
We
best
ain't doing
part
this shit.
is that in the same guy that dropped me off there,
Yeah.
the driver, he was like, "Do you need DVDs?" And I was like, "Of what?" And he was like, "Movies, man. Don't you watch movies?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "I got a little movie business on the side."
Yeah, I bet
and I
you
was
do.
like, "What is it?" And he hands me his BlackBerry.
Yeah.
He's like, "Scroll through that right there," and it was just hundreds of movies. He's like, "Here's the deal. You give me $20 a month, and then you give me, $5 a month after that. I send you 4 movies. You keep them." And I was like, it was taking me a second to figure out. I was like, "So what do you do?" He's like, "Well, I get movies, and then I rip them. I mean, I have he was laying it out there how
Right.
he steals movies,
Right.
And he was like, whole bunch of other your friends. He met like comedians.
Yeah.
He goes, they subscribe to my business. And
Yeah, I
was like-
bet.
I was like, cool, man. He even
see.
named like 2 semi-famous ones.
I can go with Netflix,
Uh-huh.
or I can go with Jimmy the limo driver.
And I was like, man. And he's like, I'll send you an email every month. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm good right now. I got
Yeah, like how bad do you need movies?
I got movies. I got all kinds of movies. Fucking ridiculous, man.
You don't want to name the guys, but there's 2
Nah.
guys you know.
2 guys that most people would be like, I know who that is.
Just name them. What are you scared of? Do you think like they're
No,
gonna get
because
busted?
Gallagher and
All right,
Chris
Gallagher.
Tucker.
You got both of them.
Gallagher and Chris Tucker.
They both do. Yeah, they both do. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the most like scared I've been in a public situation. Well, yours is fucking terrible because there's really there's no real number 2 after that. I mean, he got robbed in Burbank.
Burbank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at gunpoint.
Fuck,
going
man.
Outside of a
bar.
karaoke bar of all places, not even like a fucking.
I keep waiting for that
by a
to
guy in a
happen.
wizard costume.
God damn it. Was it on Halloween or was it just like... he was
No,
just
but
a
that's what I
wizard?
was for Halloween. I dressed up as the guy that robbed me and my girlfriend.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
And this is the middle of the day, you said?
No,
Or this is
no,
at
it
night?
was like 11:30 at night.
And you hand over your whole wallet or what?
Wallet, girl got her purse stolen and her iPhone, which was the worst because she didn't have anything backed up. She had an iPhone 4 and was kind of new, and she didn't have that application to find your iPhone, so she just lost everything.
Right.
The worst part, did I ever tell you what happened to that? She was in a contract, and she bought the iPhone 4 when it came out, and it was a lot, whatever, $400-$500 because that's how much money it was when you already have a contract.
Yeah.
And so when she went to go to the store to get a new phone after we got robbed, they were like, you know what, you're eligible now because you bought that last phone, on a contract, but you're eligible now for a new phone. And she's like, oh, great, but the new iPhone 4S comes out next week. I'll just get a 3GS. And they were like, yeah, you could just return it. And so she gets a 3GS, and then like a week later, right when she's about to go to the store to return it to get the new iPhone, she loses her iPhone in a taxi cab.
Man.
And like the taxi cab pulls away, and I'm running after it like, no, she left her phone in there.
Right.
Loses that phone. So she had to buy a whole new phone for like $500.
Well, welcome to carefree life.
There
right
you go.
here.
This is full
If I
charge.
lose this phone, I just check my wallet and see if I got $17.
Is that a
and
bank
I
robber
usually
phone?
do. This is a free phone.
Yeah.
This is how he lives.
It's not a
man.
burner.
Oh, okay.
I got a plan.
Oh, okay.
But you've
My
been
ex-girlfriend had fucking burners
really
for like a year.
But
She would just like re-up every week.
That's weird.
You've been living that style there for a while. You've had
I've had this for 2 years.
See, yeah.
Do you ever
Actually-
feel like
actually-
you're going to get an iPhone or a smartphone just so you can have like
Yeah.
Google Maps and shit like that?
Sure. But in the meantime, I got a GPS in my car.
Yeah.
I got love in my heart.
I think he's got it figured out in a way. Full Charge is the guy that kind of just goes like, he doesn't have that all the cool shit you
If
get
you don't
with your
get
phone,
used
but
to it,
yeah.
you don't miss it.
he's not stressed by it.
Right.
I'm just like a step behind. I got a computer.
Yeah.
I got.
Which, hey, by the way-
I got separate things.
We talked
That
computers
could all make
for
an
a while
iPhone, yeah.
when you were going to get it. What did you end up getting?
I got 2 Toshibas,
You got 2?
but I should have got an Apple
What made you go with the Toshiba?
because I had a broke girlfriend,
Oh, you bought.
but I don't have one anymore. So I should have got the Apple.
Oh, so she got a computer out of the deal?
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Then she was gone.
Damn.
No, it took 6 months.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you're single, full charge right now.
Yeah, I'm half charge.
But you're looking fucking good, man.
Thanks, man.
Is that what single does? Did you?
Here's the only thing I can think of that makes you look good.
Yeah.
When you have a girlfriend, or a wife, like every meal is fucking important.
Mm-hmm.
Every meal is gonna knock your face off your head.
Yeah.
And usually eat more at restaurants, or you eat just like good food more. Now I just like eat like whatever.
Yeah, lean pockets.
And I'm not like trying to kill time. When I'm full, I put it back in the fridge.
Yeah.
And then I eat the rest of it at like dinner. Like you just eat way less. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
And I probably drink less too, surprisingly.
You're clean shaven?
Because I'm not just sitting around the house as much.
Sure. Clean shaven. A lot of times you weren't clean shaven all the time.
No, I had the audition today, so I'll shave up.
And the jacket looks good.
Same as I know, but I wear this a lot,
still,
man.
You look fresh. Now,
Thanks,
how was
man.
the audition?
The audition.
How much fun? How much do you love auditions first?
It was humiliating. I hate auditions so much, and I had to drive to Santa Monica in rush hour traffic like I had a fucking job or something. I got the suit on. It was like I had a job all of a sudden. It was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
And then I get there and they're like, they give you like this whole thing to say, and it's like you got to have this shit memorized. And the guy was a dick. Most of the time they're nice.
A lot of times they're dicks.
The guy was just like, you guys better have this shit ready. The director does not want you to see you reading off that copy, blah, blah, blah. And then like I got in there and I did it once, and he's like, you can look at the board, dude.
Really?
Yeah, because I just changed it all. I was like, you're supposed to say all the awards that this car got, and I go, this car has gotten tons and tons and tons of awards. Because like, if I was going to look at the camera, there's no way I could list the awards. Like, so I almost, I never do this. I usually just give it a shot, even though I know it's going to suck. I almost left.
Yeah.
Just because the guy was such a dick and insisted that it had to be memorized. And I know I can't memorize shit.
I got really upset one time at a commercial audition where they had us. It was supposed to be like me sitting across the table from a guy, and I forget. He lists something, and in the end, I'm supposed to go like just like raise my eyebrows or something, and then have a reaction. We're like, well, that's good to know. And he says like his crazy playing, and I just threw in like what, like that.
Yeah.
And he laughed.
Yeah.
And the guy running the camera laughed. Who's just he's just running the session.
Right.
They both laugh. He goes, and the guy running the camera goes, that was really funny. He goes, hey man, don't do that again, okay?
Right.
And I go, what? And he goes, don't do that, like that, your little improv there.
Yeah.
And I go, really? He goes, it's rude.
Whoa.
And I was like, making the spot funnier?
Right. I mean,
rude?
It's not like you went off on a fucking...
Yeah. And I was like, wow. But then you realize those guys, a lot of times that run the sessions are just, they're angry, kind of desperate.
They're usually commercial actors.
Yeah, and they're just upset about everything, and they have control in that moment, and they get to. A lot of times they'll do the. I've ever been there when they go, all right, guys, we're gonna take lunch now, so we're gonna be back at 1, and everybody there is there for like their noon audition.
Yeah,
they're like, no, we'll be back at 1.
And then that's like really 1:30.
And then you'll see sometimes the actors will be like, I've seen girl actors lose their shit, be like, I got to get out of here, and they're like, well, then you can come back, like,
right.
We're not going to not have lunch now. Or they'll come out and act like they'll look at the room, and they'll just like look around and be like, okay, and he's turn around, walk in, you're like, what are you doing right now, man? Like they love playing that role of like a feeling like director of a feature film,
right?
When they're running
a tampon commercial,
a casting call.
One time, the camera guy. That like we went in an audition, and the guy running the whole show.
Yeah,
I saw the commercial when it aired, and it was the fucking camera guy, which means he saw everybody audition, put everybody's shit all together in one big pile of great, and then did, he got to see everybody else's take on it.
Yeah.
Then he got in front of the camera, auditioned for it, and got it.
Wow. That's fucked
And
up.
I think that shit happens. Like I know somebody that works in casting. And they are in a commercial every once in a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, hey, let's just cast me.
You know what the thing that kills me the most about auditions? And I don't understand why this is hard to do. Because it finally, last week, for the first time in years, happened to me, is a lot of times if you audition, for people that are listening for television or film, you'll get the sides, right? Which are the scenes to prepare for.
Right.
And sometimes you'll get...
9 pages.
Yeah. 11, 13 pages.
With monologues and shit.
And it'll be like, it's, this is scene 1, this is scene 2, and it'll be like through scene 4, and it's just like, hey, prepare these scenes.
Yeah.
This is your audition on Tuesday. So you're like, all right, and you will sit down. I mean, I don't know, maybe I don't know what I'm doing, but that's what I prepare the scenes.
That's what I do.
You show up Tuesday, and you're like, all right, I'm ready to go. And they're like, all right, we're just going to do scene 3.
You mother.
And you're like,
fucker.
What?
Is that in the script?
And then you're going like, I memorized the fucking the pleading to let me out of prison.
I looked up words I didn't know.
Man, I got tears ready for this scene.
Yeah.
Are we not doing this?
Yeah.
Now we're just gonna do scene 3. That's the scene where I say like, "You guys got ketchup?" And then you guys say no. And then I say, "Well, I just say, all right, I'll just eat it like this." That's the scene we're gonna fucking do.
Yeah, I know.
And I finally, I always thought this, and I wanted to I didn't know who to direct that at. I had a callback for something, which I'm sure I won't get, but I had a callback.
This is a callback, man. Shit.
Yeah, and I got the sides, and they said in the email from the casting director, it says, "Please prepare only scenes 1 and 3."
Right.
But they still gave you scene 2
just to fuck you up, just to make sure you're reading.
Yep. And I actually went in for that one, and there was an actor before me, and I hear him in there doing scene 2.
Yeah.
So when I get up and they go, you get in the room and they go, "Do you have any questions?" I go, "We're just doing scenes 1 and 3, right?" And she goes, Yeah. And I go, "Oh, okay, cool." But I don't know why, if they have to send you 5 fucking scenes if they want you to just do 1. It's just, I feel like it's just to fuck with me.
I honestly don't think it's just to fuck with you.
Right.
As much as they were going to have you do all 3 at first.
But then
they didn't want to make another
mind.
PDF.
Yeah.
But fuck them anyways, just because I like you more than them. I forget what I was going to say.
That's all right.
Oh, you know what you can do? You can go in there and go, "Hey, I only prepared scene 1."
Yeah.
You can do that if you want.
Sure.
And it kind of works in your favor.
Yeah, because then they can't go, if they ask you, "Well, you should have done this," be like, "Yeah, but I didn't." Do you want to see how awesome scene 1 is, though?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I got that shit down.
You can't get hurt for what you...
You guys got ketchup?
Nailed it! I'm sure he can do the monologue, too. He did the one sentence.
Oh, shit.
My pussy be yanking.
What? Oh, man. Were you there? Were you there for the premiere of that?
Yeah, that was
man,
me.
That was you.
That's cool.
You guys are responsible. I went back to the dentist after I did your podcast.
That's what we're talking about right now.
Is that what we're talking about?
That's what this music's all about,
okay.
man.
Yeah, I went to the dentist.
Tell us.
Everything's fine.
What?
I didn't...
This is fantastic,
Yeah.
man.
Well, I mean, my gums are fucked.
Oh, okay.
But they always were.
Did they do the thing where they checked each gum and gave you a number, like 3?
Yeah,
4,
they did that
3?
shit.
They
Yeah,
did?
yeah.
What were your numbers?
They were bad.
So they were like 5s?
No, not 5s.
He looked at you like, I don't have AIDS, man. What's wrong
No,
with
they
you?
were like, I think they were only like 1 or 2.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad, man.
And the one dude...
Wait, so tell us. Wait.
One dude told me I'm going to have my teeth forever. He was flipping out when he was doing my x-rays.
Let's take a step back.
Yeah.
You said, now was this really responsible? Did you start thinking about your teeth?
Yeah, here's what happened. I told you guys last time I developed not really a phobia,
Yeah.
but just a disdain for dentists.
A lot of people have that. Yeah.
I just got sick of going, and I felt so judged for not being perfect. And but then when I said out loud that I hadn't been in the dentist in 5 years, I'm like, it's time.
Yeah.
Because we're not getting to 6. There's no excuse.
This show helped you, man.
I've got dental insurance.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do this shit. Also, my ex-girlfriend told me she went to a place that she liked, and she hated dentists too.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm going.
Yeah.
I got to do it. I'm going. And man, I felt better. And I don't have any cavities.
You showed up, and were you like, I might get like horrible news here in about 30 minutes or no?
I knew it wasn't going.
You had confidence about it?
I knew I wasn't getting horrible news because I wasn't in any pain.
Yeah. Sure.
And I knew any news they gave me, I could just say, well, I'm not in pain. Let's see what we can afford.
Yeah.
You know, they usually just tell you cosmetic shit anyways. So
you basically have a clean bill of dental health.
Yeah, I mean, they want me to get some sort of deep cleaning or some shit.
Yeah.
You said fuck it.
That's
I'm gonna do it.
okay.
That's what they do nowadays, though. That's them selling you extra shit you don't need.
I think so. I really do think so.
They tried to do the deep cleaning thing to me.
They definitely.
If you have 1s and 2s and
it's
stuff like that,
my ex-girlfriend did it, and it's extremely painful.
Yeah,
which
they
makes
go in
you
your
think.
gums.
that like it's really not necessary.
There's a lot of medical unnecessary shit that happens
in LA. Dentists.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I'll keep going just because I kind of like their attitude.
That fucking I think I've told this on an earlier podcast that the original Extreme Makeover dentist, Dorfman, he's the guy that he's like Beverly Hills super dentist. When I worked for that show, when I was a logger on that show like 8 years ago, they let anybody on the staff like who worked on the show get a teeth whitening there. And I went to he wasn't my you know, he was too important to see like
but his office.
But his underlings did the whitening, and then they're like, "Do you want us to check out your shit?" And I was like, "Sure." And then they're like, "You have like 19 cavities."
It's like going to Jiffy Lube.
Yeah, and they just wanted to drill into my mouth, and then it turned out at the time I didn't have any cavities.
Dude, you gotta be careful at the dentist, and they always tell you to get like veneers, like extra teeth.
You know,
like, even if you don't need them.
Man.
That's LA shit though.
It is
completely LA. Shit.
Which means they chip down your teeth and then put a new tooth on. How's that gonna work? How's that gonna last?
I know so many people with veneers though.
Everybody's got them.
It's crazy
because they look great.
Yeah,
I did something on accident this week dentally that was really fun in a way. I didn't realize it. Is that we had dental floss at home in the bathroom, and then I have one in my travel case. And since I travel so much, I usually, I'll take it out of my suitcase and I'll put it in the bathroom, and I just take it back. It just goes bathroom back and forth, right? So when I was going to leave last week, I have a dental floss in my travel case, and then there's one that sits on the bathroom. I took both, and so Christina was without dental floss, and she's very, very like
she's got to have it.
She's got to have it, and so she was very upset. So she didn't floss for a few days.
Why didn't she just like use her own hair?
I don't understand.
Where was she? She was at your apartment?
Yeah, she could have gone to like
7-Eleven is like
it's right there. It's right there.
It is expensive though.
Hate to take your side again. But.
If you want to on Twitter, you should write to @ChristinaP. Hey, I can't believe you don't floss anymore.
Yeah.
You're such a dirty girl.
Yeah, use your own hair at least.
Yeah, dirty girl.
So I got to get some information, dental update. There's guys over at UCLA.
I forgot about this part.
What?
I forgot where you show pictures of people rotting to death.
Oh no!
We saw some fucked up ones recently.
This some guys at UCLA have created a thing. It's like a smart bomb mouthwash. Okay. And what it is, it's in experimental phases right now, but what it looks like is that you could pretty much go to the use this mouthwash once a week or once every 4 or 5 days, and it just targets cavities and it just destroys them.
Awesome.
And they're saying that it's like a 99%. Here's the article right here. It's like 99% or 100%. It kills all the.
Is it on the market or no?
No, they're still testing it.
Wow.
And what it does is it just targets the bad shit and it destroys it. And
that's great. Dentists are going to put a stop to that shit.
Of course, man.
The first person on this article yesterday was, I said, I'm a dentist. This is going to be put right into the dentist's office. They're going to make you come there, and only go to the dentist to do it. It will never go to the actual market where you can just buy it as a mouthwash, which is bullshit because
of course.
But give it 100 years,
Yeah, give it 100
It'll be out there.
Yeah. You know what I was just thinking? Reminded me when you said. Like feeling threatened on the street. Did you ever try to be a hero to somebody? Have you ever tried to save somebody?
I have saved somebody, but not from violence.
What from?
Some girl was just like, I just saw her like sitting on the sidewalk. She wasn't a girl. She was like maybe 35 or something. This is like 10 years ago. And me and this other dude who I didn't know. This is in Venice. I just walked up to her, and I'm like, are you okay? What's wrong? And she's like, I can't. I don't know. I can't walk. I just lost control of like my legs.
Whoa.
And I'm like, well, where do you live? And she's like, right up there. So me and this guy help her to her apartment.
Is this here in LA?
Yeah, this is in Venice.
Okay.
Like right on Abbot Kinney.
Okay.
And over the and then like while we're helping her, she's like, yeah, I was in AA, but I went out to the beach and got drunk, and she showed us her empty like bottle.
Yeah.
Like a Jameson bottle. I wasn't really computing that like maybe she was too drunk to walk, or maybe it had like some kind of physical effect on her.
Yeah.
That she drank a whole bottle of whiskey. And then we brought her in her apartment, and she didn't want us to leave. And then we just fucking left. And I'm like,
whoa!
If she dies, like,
yeah,
am I in trouble?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you would be.
Yeah,
right? A little bit.
Probably.
I mean, not you shouldn't be, but
I was like, you got to call an ambulance. I kept telling her, you got to call an ambulance. you can't walk. You gotta call an because I didn't really think it was because of the alcohol. I'm like, you gotta call an but she wouldn't do it, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to call the ambulance on her.
I had a kind of similar thing, where I was actually in Spain. I was studying abroad, and I'm in Madrid, and I'm in like a plaza, and there's these 5 girls sitting down, and there's a guy who is standing over them, yelling as intensely at like,
yeah,
like that, like, and he looks. I mean, he's full of rage.
Yeah,
they're all crying, and I'm staying with a friend, and from a distance, you just kind of look, and you're like, they don't know that guy,
right?
Like you can just kind of put it together.
Yeah,
like that guy is just menacing and threatening them, and they're too scared to get up.
Right.
So I don't know what came over me, but I walked over to them. And without, like, just in the moment, I just said, I didn't know them. I go, hey, like, what's up? You guys ready to go?
Yeah, right.
And they all picked up on it.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey. And so I said hello to all of them.
Yeah.
Like, gave them, like, the kiss on the cheek. Like, we got to go.
Wow.
And
that's the fun part.
And then he turns and he's like, looked at me. Like, I mean, he looked he was
high.
He looked crazy. And he was like, what? And I was like, we got to go. I was like, sorry, man, we don't have room for another one. We'd
love to have a fucking same person shouting at us all day.
It'd be fun if you could come, but we don't have room in the car.
We only got 6 seats in the car.
And then he went on this rage, I don't know, monologue to me about, like, his brother or cousin died in some battle.
Uh-huh.
And I just kept nodding. I was
cool,
like,
man. That's
like,
my problem too.
I was like,
we gotta go.
I go, I'll think about that, man. I'll think about that a lot. And he was like, yeah, he died. And I was like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then I realized that, like, my heart was racing. Like,
sure,
right now he might be like, and that's why you're gonna die,
right?
But he just finally accepted it and walked away.
Yeah.
And then I turned to them, and they all just, like, broke out crying even louder.
Right.
And I was like, everybody okay? And they were like, yeah, like, fucking, and, like, not really a thank you. Like, they were like,
they were just too overwhelmed.
They were too overwhelmed. And then I walked away, and I was like, why did I just fucking do that?
Right.
Like, I did it because I saw that they looked terrified.
Right. Yeah.
And I I didn't really want to be the hero, but I kind of myself
but you were smart about it. Like, I mean, you thought of a fucking plan.
I thought of a plan. And, well, actually, what I realized was amazing was my plan was kind of, hey, act like you know them.
Yeah.
But what surprised me was how they all tuned into it. So, like, these people I've never met.
Yeah.
They all played the part of, like, they're like, yeah, it's good to see you. Like,
yeah. Because it was good to see you.
Well,
whether they know you or not.
That's true.
It's like, oh, here's someone that's not fucking crazy who probably won't kill us.
Right, yeah. And
it's good to see you.
It's good to see you, man. And I was like, you guys ready to go? And they're like, yeah. I was like, we got to go dancing. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrifying, though. Any hoodles? Do you have one of those? Do you have a hero story? You ever stop anybody from happening like that?
I hope not, because my hero story turned out to be shit.
No, it was great. That was great.
I was trying to think of something. I can't. I'll think of it. I don't know.
I was trying to think of the most.
It's funny because probably if it was like 2 dudes, you'd be like, those are just 2 crazy dudes.
Yeah.
But like to see that many girls scared of somebody,
they were scared to stand up, man.
Yeah.
They were scared, and he was over them, going back and forth, like, like in their faces, screaming. What was crazy was that this plaza was full of hundreds of people, and nobody gave a shit.
Right.
And I just happened to catch it, and then stare for a minute, and then go like, this is just a guy raging at them.
Yeah.
You could tell he was drunk or fucked up.
Right.
So that's why they were more like, I don't know what's going to happen to us next. But everybody else was like, I'm going to let that shit go, which is normally what you do.
Yeah.
Like when you see crazy shit, you're like,
none of my business.
That's not mine
right.
to talk about. I'm going to keep on walking right now. Yeah, that's what.
That's just a guy keeping his hose in check.
Exactly. Which he totally could have been. But he was really upset about his brother dying in a war.
Which was obviously their fault.
Totally. Those girls killed his brother in that battle.
There was a dude on Hermosa Pier, like this homeless dude that would just like every 5 seconds just scream and hit the rail. Just like, boom, like that. And one dude, everybody was just kind of like, oh, dude, just get away from him.
Oh, man.
One dude went over to him and was like, dude, you got to take your crazy out of here. Like, you got to get away. It was like a holiday.
Yeah.
And there was tons of people.
Did he move?
He just moved further down the rail and just started doing it some more.
Doing it further.
And I think he was just like that jacked up on something.
Sure.
And that's just terrifying.
You know what's amazing is how much it can work when you're direct like the guy was to that guy.
Yeah.
And so many times people just don't want to have that, but if you just go, you got to take your bullshit somewhere else.
Right.
A lot of times people are like, okay.
I kicked a fucking high school kid out of my garage area of my apartment building.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm not used to being an adult. We're on like an extended adolescence in this comedy life.
Yeah.
But I walk down and I'm like, what are you doing, dude? And he's like, he just shrugs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you can't hang out here. You got to get going.
And
then I would check, and he just like moped off, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm an adult.
Feels good, right?
It kind of does.
I did it at a Kinko's.
Because he's just listened to me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
You got to be direct.
Exactly.
That you didn't dance around it.
Yeah, I was like, you can't hang out
if
here.
You had
dude.
looked at him,
go.
and if you were like, and wanted to say that.
Maybe 5 minutes from now, maybe you could leave.
No, you got to go.
Yeah.
I did that at a Kinko's to a lady who, this is when I didn't have a computer or internet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Hollywood days.
Yeah.
Quite a few years ago, but a lady answered the phone. I think I was like typing up a resume or something.
Mm-hmm.
And she did the whole she goes like, hello? Yeah, this is Allie. Well, I was like, after like 10 seconds of that, like everybody else and me were looking at each other. And I did the whole like, lady. And she turned and I was like, are you really doing this right now? And she was like, her eyes just bugged out of her head. And I was like, we're not at your office.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'll call you back. And then like clicked out and was like, talked to herself like, what an asshole.
Right. And everybody's like, yeah, you are an asshole.
Yeah, you are a fucking asshole. I got a couple would you rathers.
Oh, shit.
I feel like you weren't here for a couple of the originals.
I don't think I've ever played this on tape.
Well, we're going to play a couple of the classics that some of our listeners are familiar with.
Okay.
Because we want to know what the full charge would do.
Sure.
Okay. So
keep in mind, audience, I only have 2 options.
Right.
These aren't things I came up with that I wanted to do.
So we'll go with last week's first. Kind of work in reverse order.
Okay.
Last week's is, would you rather have a burp, right? You would burp.
I'm with you.
Once a day.
Yeah.
But the smell of your burp is really intense. It smells like diarrhea.
Right.
Like really strong.
Right. Probably tastes bad too.
It tastes really bad.
It's so bad that like people can smell it all over.
Yeah. No, you're not going to get away with it.
Right. It's the equivalent of you shit yourself.
Right. People aren't going to like you if they smell this burp.
And it lasts 2.5 hours.
Ooh.
So that's how long the smell lasts. And it's really intense. Okay.
Okay.
Or you burp every hour on the half hour. Every hour, half past the hour.
Yeah.
It's a 30-second burp.
Okay.
Where while you burp, you say cunt. You go cunt, 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 cunt. So you say cunt like 30 times.
Yeah.
And your eyes bleed.
Okay.
So you have like blood tears.
All right. Well, I like these choices already. I feel like I could go with either one.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's pluses and minuses. I don't know if there's pluses, but there's outweighing minuses to each one.
I'm going to have to go with the horrible stenchy burp once a day.
Really?
Because I think I could work around that better.
What about relationships, dating?
It's going to be tough. But I know if I went out on a first date, I only got a half-hour window before I'm saying the C word.
Right.
And I'm not recovering.
And your eyes
from
are
that.
bleeding.
Right.
Yeah,
so
you have tears coming down.
And I thought of something, we were talking about this over the weekend, I thought of something about that too. Like if you have it, say like you woke up and you had it early in the morning, then you have the whole day too. So there's something about that.
Yeah, especially with my lifestyle. If I wake up in the morning and I just like write or pretend to write for like 2.5 hours,
right?
I could just...
with your shit mouth.
Yeah, with my shit mouth. And then it's just uphill. I mean, or downhill.
You know it's not gonna,
easier.
Right, you know it's not going to happen the rest of the day. Right.
But I got to be honest, I wouldn't want either one of these things.
No, they're not good. They're not good.
But that's what I would pick.
Okay.
I think it's easier to work around, even though it's more disgusting.
Here's a holiday one in this period. This is Thanksgiving week, which is Happy Thanksgiving, by the way.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Yeah. Tom.
I'm very thankful for both of you. So here's one for you. This is one of our classics as well, and we'd really love to hear your thought on this. It's Christmas morning.
All right.
The whole Fulchiron clan is together.
Oh, shit.
You're with parents, brother, any cousins, grandparents if they're around, uncles and aunts.
Okay.
You're all together.
Everybody alive.
You're all together. You just had some orange juice and some coffee.
Stressed out already.
And you're about to open presents. And everybody goes, let's open presents.
Yeah.
So you get near the Christmas tree and you go, hold on, I got to do something first. You take everybody away from presents, even though they really want to open them.
Yeah.
And you go and you sit in front of the television and you put on a DVD.
Okay.
Now the DVD, you have to choose one of these two options. It is either you are standing there and 10 homeless women masturbate in front of your face and they squirt on your face. Okay, but they do like a screaming orgasm while they do it. And they're very
very homeless, so like their squirt's very sour.
Yeah.
And they go like
disease filled.
They do like one of those things.
Yeah, insane coming.
Insane coming, and it squirts on you.
Okay.
And this is everybody's watching. Okay.
All right.
10 women do this one at a time.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick that now. No, I'm just kidding.
Or
wasn't there something more to that though? It seems like there was something more to that.
Was there?
Not just squirting on you, because that seems easy. Like, who cares?
No, that was it, man. Remember, because it was bukkake, and we that was for women, and then we switched it to for women for guys.
That just seems too easy.
Really?
Like homeless people squirting on your face. That seems like, who cares? I'd be proud of that.
I mean, to change it for men is going to lessen it severely, because 10 homeless guys coming on a woman's face. It's completely degrading, and there's no good reason for my daughter.
No,
to be going through this.
There's no good reason for this either.
Yeah, no, just my family would be disappointed. So it's not something I want to pick.
Okay,
right.
Well,
okay. I'm wanting to hear my other option.
You know what I'm saying?
You're saying
it's
there's
like,
something else.
I'm saying it's like if fucking homeless women are squirting in my face, that's disgusting. But that's not like. I would be like, isn't that cool, Dad? I got a bunch of pussy juice all over my face.
I would never
it'd almost
that.
be like, it'd be better if they shit on your face and then you had to, I don't know, pull a fish out of her pussy and eat it.
Hold on.
Like 10 different fish.
Let's say all those things.
Let's dial it back a little bit. This is Christmas morning we're talking about, guys.
Right.
Okay, so
that's what makes it so severe.
That's what's on DVD number 1.
Okay.
10 homeless women masturbating, squirting on your face. Okay. DVD number 2, which you can put in if you want. This is the whole family's there.
Stressed out, man.
Remember, the whole family's there.
Oh, I'm with you.
Is you masturbating until completion?
On the fucking DVD?
Yeah.
See, that to me is just too easy.
Just let him think about it. It's either you until completion,
right,
or 10 homeless people on your face until completion. And
am I jerking off while the homeless women are?
No, it's just you sitting there in a.
Then I'm
room.
just gonna take the pussy juice.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, because like that's
a lot of people have.
That's not really me doing anything. I'm a victim. I feel like I'm a victim.
That's an interesting perspective. I've heard that argument.
Where if I put in, and you got to remember, it's me putting this DVD in and hitting play. So it's like, hey, everybody, I want you to see this. I gotta be. I would never forgive myself.
And you can't let like your uncle or grandparents be like, if they're like, I'm gonna get some biscuits out of the. You gotta be like, no.
You got to see this.
You have to see
I
this.
want you to see this. It's the most important thing in the world. If it's me jerking off,
right?
I got no alibi.
Right, and you guys remember in a few minutes is presents.
Yeah, and it's arrogant on top of it all.
Yeah.
It's arrogant and insane.
But
I can put a spin on the other one, like, I didn't get anybody a present because I'm traumatized.
Right.
I can make that work for me.
So, just for the record, Matt, the Fulchiron, the full charge Fulchiron, has opted for 10 homeless women. Now, Redban, you're fucking me up thinking that there's another thing going on in this
well,
one.
It seems like that is just too easy. Like,
no,
this is the
one not.
That's pussy juice.
That's
cool.
One there's nothing easy about that.
You're confusing it. You're confusing the fact that when we first put it out there,
I see
it
that
was 10 homeless guys because it was, I think, the question was directed to Christina.
A girl, yeah.
And
to me, that's horrible.
Yeah, but it still hurt me to pick that. I mean, it's not like...
If the option was...
Even though I know it's not going to happen.
I think it should be 10 homeless guys coming on his face or masturbating.
Yeah, you should switch it to 10 homeless guys.
It should always be guys
I thought
masturbating.
We switched it. Okay, fine.
Then I would pick jerking off.
You would? You really would? But you're still a victim in the other scenario.
Yeah, but I don't want to be that kind of victim.
All right. You know what?
I would still
It changes it. He's right.
I admit guilt. I'll take it back.
Yeah.
Same question.
Let's just hope we never have to go through this shit, guys.
without just...
I'm telling you what, I'm not even making the tapes, so I never have to go through this shit.
But just to be clear now.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, I want everybody to know this.
Yeah.
It's a 10 homeless bukkake.
Yeah.
Right? 10 homeless guys on your face in a video.
I'm saying
or
no.
you jerking off.
I would shave my back.
But which is
I would get in shape.
Is it going to be the jerking
It's
off?
going to be the jerking off.
Wow.
So you would make yourself look even better for your parents.
I'm making a good video. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a hard thing to watch with the whole family, though.
Right.
Because you're doing it to completion.
And then I'll just say something like, well, this video is making me rich.
I just wanted you to know how I can afford the presents you're about to open.
Yeah.
It's because of this video. That could be a spin that you take, you know?
Yeah.
You could be like,
and I would
wait
do
till you see the DVD.
But I would still pick jerking off over getting jerked off on by 10.
Really?
By 10 homeless men. Yes.
I would do it.
Because my family would blame me.
Really?
I'd be like, you could run away.
Yeah.
I would masturbate really quick too. I'd do one of those like, all right, think of the best thing ever.
Yeah,
and
I'd wait like
masturbate 30 seconds.
8 days and then just fucking boom. Wait for the mood to strike, then turn the camera on.
Okay. Well,
you know what I mean? Not forcing anything.
This presents an interesting one to think about. Would you rather have?
Oh no, I knew one.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just simple, silly, but would you rather have one hand?
Oh man,
that has you have you have one hand.
Such a bummer.
You have one hand that has 10 fingers on it.
Okay.
Okay. You have no other hand.
All right.
So you just have one hand. It has 10 fingers,
yeah.
and it's capable of doing everything you need to do.
Okay.
And you can do it well.
Right.
But it looks obviously.
It looks weird.
Everybody's always like, hey,
how'd you get that hand?
What's up with those 10 fingers?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's your other hand?
Right. Which people are animals. They will ask you about that shit.
Yeah. I hung out. All right. Anyway, or would you rather have one foot?
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm not answering yet.
But it's a super
I'm
foot.
just bummed out. Okay.
It's a super foot. It doesn't have 10 toes, but you can run really fast and you can hop. Like you have like a 50-inch vertical. Like you can dominate basketball games.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like I got a lot of balance with this foot too.
Yeah, you're just.
I can get around on this foot.
You're incredibly skilled, but you got one. You only got one.
I'm picking the foot.
You're doing the one foot.
It's easier on the eyes.
So easy.
It's easier on the eyes.
So easy.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's easier on the eyes, and you have superpowers. With the 10 fingers, I'm just doing everyday shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this little disclaimer, like, oh, you can still do stuff. This superfoot.
Yeah.
I'm fucking dunking a basketball.
Yeah, you are.
Superfoot.
Oh, see, I would go with hand. I would go with regular hands and superfoot. Yeah.
Oh,
no, so I would go same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go with 10
because I'm sitting down most of the time, anyways. So I want my hands, and then if I have
but these 10 fingers on this one hand are really capable.
Yeah, but imagine having one.
I just hope it never comes to this.
One arm just seems sucky.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like you need two hands.
Think about just when you do shit like when you run your fingers across a table like this, how much fun that would be. You know what I mean? When you
but you don't have another hand. I was going to say you could shred the axe.
This is taking a while. You guys are taking a while to bring me my change. And people are like, are those 10 fingers? Like, yep, sure are.
Did you guys know that comic? Real nice guy, but he has elephantitis
like
of the hand.
What?
No.
He has this. There's this comic that has both of his hands, but one hand's really bad. His hand is about 4 times bigger than a normal hand. It looks like
he's of normal stature and size.
Normal. He looks normal. He actually looks like that guy from the Lord of the Rings, the main guy,
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood. He looks like Elijah Wood, but one of his hands it is just humongous. Like it looks like those Hulk gloves that you could buy when the Hulk movie came out that like made noises like Smash Hulk. Like it's just a huge glove, and it sucked because I was running like some open mics at Sal's Comedy Club, and he would come up, and the first time I saw it, he was like leaning on this chair, and I'm like, all right, that is definitely a glove that he's wearing, and he's going to do a bit about it because he's kind of drawing attention to it because he didn't have it like on his side. He's like holding this chair, but I never said anything about it, and then couple other comics like after him were like, what's up with that dude's hand? What was that crazy glove he's wearing, man? That's crazy. You can take that thing off now. And like it was the most uncomfortable.
Was he there?
Shit. Yeah,
he was in the room.
Yeah, it was the most uncomfortable shit in the world. And so then later we found out it was like elephantitis and stuff like that. Felt bad. The girl felt bad. She was like almost crying and was like. And then like a week later, the same exact thing happened. Another comic was, dude, you see that guy's fucking gloves? See that guy? That's creepy, dude. That's a creepy
wait, he wears a glove?
No, it just looked like a
think.
glove. And so people kept on like saying shit about it. And
does he address it on stage?
No. And that's what I said. He should have his whole act should be like, about masturbating, about fingering girls.
Does he shake your hand with that hand?
I never did. I always did like the fist bump thing, like, hey.
It's a massive hand?
Huge hand. Like seriously, like that big.
And it looks like a glove?
Yeah, each finger is like that. Like it just looks like
really
like a half a cucumber. Like it looks like a fake hand.
Wow.
Like it looks like CGI. I feel so bad for the guy, but he's a pretty funny guy, and he kind of, the more I got to know him, he kind of jokes about it a little bit,
Yeah.
Like I don't think he's too hurt about it, but it is the most uncomfortable thing in the world, seeing somebody just going off on it.
I feel like
it's like the only real problem with it is that like people can't deal with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I chose Superfoot. I don't think people could deal with my 10-finger hand.
Yeah, it would be difficult. I mean, they'd see your 1 foot, and people would still look at you and say things like, "Oh man," like
even if you're like, "Oh, like you don't want to drink when you go out to dinner," or like, "Oh, I'm not eating fucking steak right now." People can't deal with that.
Yeah.
If you do anything different,
think about
people
throwing,
fucking flip out.
What about throwing a punch with that 10-finger hand though?
It seemed very
It's pretty intense, right?
Yeah.
What about? Oh man. Okay.
See, what ifs are more fun than reality.
What? That's too bad. Maybe that dude, if he just really made a big part of his act.
Well, he's got to.
He has to.
It's kind of like I worked with a couple. Oh, you know the guy Nick, that little guy. Nick Novicki.
Yeah.
He came,
very funny guy, man. That dude is hilarious.
Well, I was in Vancouver this past weekend, which, by the way, fucking, again, just the best time.
A lot of Death Squatters there, you said.
A lot of Death Squad and Joe Rogan fans and your Mom's House listeners at the Comedy Mix last weekend, which is just one of my absolute favorite places to work. But it was awesome. I want to thank all of you that did come out. That was really a blast. I got an email from Nick, and he's shooting a movie in Vancouver. So he was like, "Can I come and do a spot?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, come by and do a guest spot." So he did. He did a guest spot Saturday night. He did great, crushed. They loved him. But it's one of those things where, like, he's a little guy, right? I mean, he's just, I don't know, 4 feet tall or something.
Right.
And
do you still do your little guy bit?
Well, it was funny. We this was the worst, man. This was the worst. So he tells me he's going to come by Saturday, right?
Yeah.
I tell the guys at the club, and my buddy's coming to do a guest spot, and they're like, okay. And Friday, after I'd done a show Thursday and a show Friday, I hadn't done my midget joke anymore.
Yeah.
And the thing they didn't realize is that, like, I just don't do it anymore.
Right.
It's like one of those things you just get tired of.
Yeah.
You just drop it, right?
Yeah.
So I just dropped it, and one of the guys at the club, actually 2 of them go, "Hey, how come you don't I haven't heard you do the midget joke. You're not doing it?" And I go, "No, I'm not doing it." And they're like, "Why not?" And I was like, "I'm just bored, man. I just when you just can't even feign the excitement of saying a joke anymore.
Right,
I'm just done with it. Come on, man, just do it." And I was like, they're like, "So you won't do it?" I go, "It's not that I won't do it. It's just that, like, I'm just tired.
I'm just not gonna do it."
And they're like, "So will you?" I'm like, "If you're asking me to do it, like, for you, like, you want to see it, yes, I'll do it."
Right.
And then they're like, "Or do it tomorrow." And I go, "I'm not doing it tomorrow." And they go, "Why not?" And I go, "Because my friend that's coming to do a guest spot, he's a little dude,
right?"
Like, and they're like, "Oh, really? So you don't want to say midget jokes in front of him?" I was like, "Not really,
no.
Man. It's just not.
I don't
want to do that." So they're like, "Well, so will you do it tonight?" I go, "Fine, I'll fucking do it tonight." So I do it in like the middle. It was second show, late show Friday.
Yeah.
I do it in the middle of my set. Like, I just throw it in there, finish the set. I go and they have me set up at like a table, and I'm selling my album. Right?
Yeah.
And then one of the staff comes by and goes, "Hey, Tom, your friend's here?" And I go, "What friend?"
Oh,
and they're like, "Little guy." And I was like, "Oh, nah, man." So no,
has he ever seen that bit before? By the way, do you know?
saw. I found out that he'd seen it on television. He hadn't seen it live.
That's cool.
So he goes. He walks up, and I go, "What's up?" And then he goes, "Hey, man." And I go, "What's going on?" And he goes, "Not much." And I go, so how you doing? And he goes, fine.
When'd you get here?
And I go, that's exactly what I said next. I go, when did you get here? And he goes, like 10 minutes ago.
After the third midget.
Right. No, he goes like 10 minutes ago. And I go, okay. And he goes, hey, so like, why is everybody looking at me? And I go, I don't know, because you're 3 feet tall. What are you fucking talking about? Right. And he's like, no, but everybody's really looking at me. And I was like, and then I was just like, look, man, I did this joke, and I showed him. I was like, it's this midget joke, and he was like, oh, I didn't hear it. And I was like, I didn't even have to fucking tell you. I could have gotten away without telling you.
You could have gotten away with it. Like, you're paranoid, dude.
Yeah, and he was just like,
let's have a drink.
So then I told him the whole story, and then he laughed about it. And then he was like, well, tomorrow when I do my guest spot, I'm going to do midget jokes, but from the other side.
Right.
And I was like, great, because then what I'll do is I will follow you and do my midget joke right after you do yours.
Right.
And it'll be fun that way because you'll kind of take the bite, like you were just there.
Yeah.
So, and he was like, great, and it fucking killed.
That's awesome.
That's good.
He's a great guy. But it made me think of when you were saying the guy with the hand is the fact that like Nick and other like comics that are little dudes, like they address it. They don't have to do your whole act as it, but if you don't address it, it's like, I don't know. It's like really...
That's ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, because like any comic addresses anything that's different.
If it's physically something that's so different and you just are like, I'm not going to address it, I feel like in a way you can kind of be like, hey, like if they pull it off really well, you can go like, that's amazing. You don't even talk about the thing that everybody sees. But it really does take that kind of like under the breath murmuring out of the room. Yeah. If you finally go like, hey, yeah, I know.
One joke.
Yeah.
One joke.
Yeah, you don't have to do an hour.
20 seconds.
You don't have to do an hour of it. But if you just address it and then you kind of kill, the fact that it's there and that somebody, I wish he would say like, what's up with that dude's fucking head right now? Like. Yeah. You fucking kill that, and then
an elephant would. He could make this like the funniest shit ever because it's so unique. And there's
do you call him Elephant?
Or, I mean, Elijah Wood, or whatever the guy's name is.
Elephant. Elephant. If Elephant did this shit.
No, but there's so many, like, I remember me and the other comics at that night, we were talking about the exact same thing, and we wrote this guy 30 minutes. We were all just sitting around stoned just writing jokes for this guy, and it would have been the funniest shit ever.
Yeah. I think you got to address it.
That's a good thing. That is a nice angle. Like, hey, why were you making fun of me for an hour? I wasn't making fun of you. I was writing jokes for you.
You
can use all that shit, dude.
I'm just looking out for you, man. I don't write shit for me. I write shit for you, man. Yeah. Let me ask you one more.
Okay.
Just to see if you have fun with this or not. Okay. Would you rather come?
Yes.
10 times a day.
Wow.
That's a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, how many times a day?
A little above average.
How many times a day can you max? Like, would you?
Can I?
Well, yeah.
What's your max?
I can do 3.
And more than that, you probably have, but that's a sad day, right? That's a day you don't feel well.
I don't think I've ever done more than 3.
Ever?
Really? I don't think so.
In your whole life?
You should try it just to do it.
For masturbation, no. I think probably 4.
With sex?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the fourth one is just like going through the motions.
It's dust.
There's nothing really happening.
Yeah, it's not a lot. Or shit 10 times a day.
Shit 10 times a day or come 10 times a day?
Right.
I'd probably come 10 times.
For a month. It's for a month.
A month? Why can't it be forever?
No, it's too much.
It's cum month. The cum-tober.
Yeah. But wait, 10 times. Think about. You have to deal. You don't just get to enjoy the feeling of.
I have to do it.
You have to deal with the fact that you're ejaculating 10 times a day, and what that would feel like. Imagine working out number 5, 6.
I would do it, and it's only because to me they're the same fucking thing almost.
Really?
When you're by yourself.
Yeah.
They're both a huge relief.
Yeah.
But I don't have to wipe my dick.
See,
and it would tear my ass up to shit 10 times a day.
I think your logic is flawed.
Yeah?
I'm going to go with shit, yeah. Because I would be, I mean, I know that I would physically be really much more falling apart coming 10 times a day. Headaches, stomach. I think I would have like a fever after like the first day.
Right.
And I think my body would just break down.
Well, I'm looking at it as if I got 10 nuts in me,
right?
Then it's not going to exhaust me as much.
Okay.
That's how I'm looking at it.
It's day after day. You don't get any break.
I know. Like every hour in the hour, pretty much.
Pretty much that
you
you're
gotta go
awake,
in the bathroom.
pretty close.
Take care of it.
You gotta crank one out. You need some
Hopefully
extra.
you don't burp every half an hour. On top of it all.
Wait, no,
cunt.
You have to jerk off while you're doing the cunt burp.
This is like ultimate challenge.
And your eyes bleed.
Ultimate challenge. What would you do?
The eye bleeding is the worst part.
That is the worst. And you're so
It's nothing. You wipe it with this huge hand.
You have this amazing feeling. You're feeling so good. You're like,
you just wipe it with 10 fingers.
And your eyes are bleeding.
It's like you made all the wrong decisions in this game, and now you have to deal with it.
I feel so good. Come.
Now I'm crying blood. I should have never played that game with Tom.
This has to be the most childish podcast that's available on the internet.
Well,
that's good about it.
Let's talk about.
We're not mommies today. We're children. Mommy's away.
Let's talk about this because I want to address this real quick. Being that you're here right now,
I'm totally here.
You have a new podcast. Mm-hmm. It's called The Crab Feast.
The Crab Feast,
and it's with our good friend Ryan Sickler.
Yeah,
a couple of Maryland boys.
Yeah.
What's the gist? Is it just talking shit? Like, what do you guys?
What's the jizz of it?
What's the jizz of it?
The jizz of it is 10 times a day.
10 times a day, bitch.
It's like slightly Maryland angle, just because like me and Ryan are there.
You get the Ravens up a lot?
Our best thing so far is they argue over Skins and Ravens because we got a guy from Virginia there too.
You have a third guy.
Yeah. Our biggest thing is...
Who's the third guy?
My friend Randy Bobbitt. He's not a comic.
Okay.
And that's like kind of our angle. Like we don't really talk shop comedy-wise, but we still try to be... And we're not... It's not like a rule.
No, of course.
But like we don't talk shop comedy, and our best feature so far, we're still feeling it out.
Sure.
We've only done 3 really. We got this guy that reviews movies.
Yeah.
And he's the most inarticulate motherfucker from West Virginia.
Really?
You ever met in your life. Like, he's just so bad at it. We have to walk him through the movie review.
Oh, that's great.
And give it a listen. It's on Toad Hop Network. I can't really describe it.
I love those guys over there.
Yeah, they're cool, man.
So, Toad Hop, how do we find it? You go to iTunes or?
It's toadhopnetwork.com, but you can also get the Crab Feast on iTunes.
Okay. is the reviewer a comic or no? He's not.
No, he's not. He's just this guy we've known forever. My friend Randy's known him since high school. He used to be like my roommate and Randy's roommate.
Okay.
And he's just like, I don't want to talk shit about him because he's the best part of our podcast.
Sure.
But he's kind of a brick, and he's not stupid. He just can't really put it.
Yeah, some people just...
He just can't put 2 sentences. We'd be like, how was the movie? He's like, Hoover was kind of an asshole, and Leo had a lot of makeup on. Like, that's the movie review. And then we go, well, how many stars was it? And you can tell, like, he didn't figure out how many stars.
Yeah.
He goes, about 3.5. And then, like, we only have him on to review movies.
Yeah.
And they only last, like, a minute. But then, like, he's so fucking interesting.
Yeah.
And we've known him for so long. We get him on the phone for half an hour. We can't get off the phone with him.
Really?
And we're dying the whole time.
Yeah.
It should be up today, episode 4. I highly recommend it.
Okay, great.
Fucking hilarious, dude.
But you guys know now. Check out Matt Fulchiron and Ryan Sickler's podcast, The Crab Feast.
The Crab Feast.
On Toad Hop Network.
Toad Hop Network.
Toad
Hop Network.com.
Yeah, I was just on one of those shows on the Toad Hop. I was on Ashley Hamilton's show and Justine Marino's show. It's really cool. They have a really nice thing. They're moving to John Lovett's. Or have you guys done that already? Or
no, they're moving everything to John Lovett's.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I thought.
But, I think you might be right. I know they were talking about doing podcasts from there.
Yeah,
that is excellent news.
Yeah, they're just moving on us.
So okay. I guess we're gonna get wrapping things up here. That was a lot of fun today. Thank you for coming in.
My pleasure, man.
Tell our listeners where they can see the Full Charge.
You can see me at in Santa Barbara on the fucking I don't know, the 9th, I think.
Good. This is good.
Where's that? What's the gig we did in Santa Barbara?
Oh yeah.
You know what? Skip that.
Velvet Jones.
Yeah.
That's
it.
We're doing that.
I love that place.
And then I'm doing Comedy on State in Madison, Wisconsin, December 15th through December 17th.
Dude,
come out and see me.
I got it. I told listeners, I believe, last week, I think, and I told you before. That is one of the best clubs in the country.
Good, man.
You're going to have a blast. People of Madison, you're going to love Matt Fulchiron live and in person.
Just come out.
Come out and have a great time. It really is. That city's great too. The club is great.
I heard that.
You get a great hotel. It's
listen to that. He has a great hotel, lady. So wash that muffler and
there you go.
And you maybe could.
There's
check
some
it
pretty
out.
girls walking around.
No,
Madison,
I know. There's like
man.
college girls and everything.
Oh
right?
yeah,
I'm getting nervous already.
Madison's a great town. You're gonna have a great time. I want to thank again everybody that came out in Vancouver. You can see me again in the great country of Canada, in the great province of Alberta, in the great city of Calgary, December 1st through 4th. I will be at the Laugh Shop at the Blackfoot Inn. And 2 weeks later, very excited to go back to Hotlanta, the ATL.
Hey.
I'll be at the Laughing Skull, December 15th through 18th. So please come out if you're in Atlanta or in Calgary. We're going to have a great time there. And this Friday...
This Friday, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Both of you guys, I guess. We'll be doing the Death Squad show here at the Ice House Comedy.
Guys,
Club.
Pasadena.
Yeah, so go to icehousecomedy.com. You'll be able to buy your tickets. And also, tomorrow, Wednesday, we're having a Joe Rogan show with Steve-O, Joey Diaz, and somebody else. I don't even know who
Here?
it is. Yeah, here.
Here.
Yes.
Steve-O, Joey Diaz, and Joe Rogan.
You want to do that also?
I don't know if I can do that. I'm not sure. Can I get back to you on that?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like a lot of fun. I would go watch that even if I weren't on it, though.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So tomorrow, Joe...
what time is that show?
That
Oh,
show's
no, I can't do it. I've
eat a dick. That show's at 10:30
I have to eat a dick tomorrow. I'm at Meltdown Comics tomorrow. I forgot.
Oh, that's cool. That's an awesome
That's a
place.
great one.
But yeah,
I
that's
might
at
be able to do
10:30.
that.
Okay,
I'll
well, let
let
me
you
know
know.
about
Okay.
that. And that's, I think tickets are on sale now at icehousecomedy.com.
All you mommies, thanks again. We love you. And Christina and I will be back and in full force next week. Thanks for charge.
Thank you.
I wouldn't be in it to win it, but since I do, no motherfucker living doesn't like the way I do. I'm the original, and murder them if they move.